From Frisco to Fort Worth, the DFW market's in a new chapter. We're seeing more listings, longer market times, and a feeling that things are finally leveling out. Welcome to Jesse's weekly real estate update. I'm rolling out a new series. Each week, I'm going to break down what's going on in Dallas-Fort Worth real estate, the numbers, the stories, information on new builds, and the national stories that shape our market. Let's dive in. First things first, my name's Jesse Showalter. I've been in DFW real estate for over 7 years, and I've already seen several crazy market cycles. What I've learned in my time so far is you have to be flexible and open to change. Nothing in this business stays the same, so you can't get stuck in your ways. All right, let's jump into the numbers with the market deep dive. We just wrapped up September, and the latest MLS data paints a fascinating picture of how diverse this metroplex really is. Across our full DFW MLS, the median sales price came in at $357,000, down just 0.8% year over year, so basically flat. But once you zoom in, every county tells a different story. Dallas County is around $352,000, down 1.1%. Collin County, about $505,000, is up 1%. Tarrant County is around $340,000, which is up 1.5%. Then you have Denton County at $445,000, down 4.3%. That's a perfect snapshot of how hyper-local this market really is. Tarrant County is quietly outperforming the region, while Denton County's prices are softening. And that's why pricing strategy can't rely on a metro average. If you're setting your list price this fall, what's happening in your zip code and even your neighborhood matters more than what the headlines say. Days on market, we're sitting at around 42 days, which is up 23% from last year. Homes are lingering longer, which means buyers finally have breathing room and flexibility. Months of supply is at about 5.4 months, the highest we've seen in years, up 10% year over year. That's really closer to a buyer's market than a balanced market. But again, some counties, cities, and neighborhoods can see sharp differences. When you zoom in to a county level, you see Collin County at 5.1 months of supply, while Tarrant County is down at 3.9 months, looking closer to a seller's or even a balanced market. The sales to list price ratio is still around 95%, down just a hair. Negotiation is back and sellers need to be flexible with this. This means that most listings across the area are coming off around 5% from their original list price. Signs even more of a softening in the market. And check this out. Closed sales were up almost 4% year over year, while new listings held flat at about 11,500. More movement, but not a flood. Another sign that we have more buyers that are coming into the market, but not enough to keep up with the listings. So big picture, DFW's overall market is cooling to a sustainable simmer. More days on market, buyers getting lower prices, and potentially help with closing costs and buying down your rate, depending on negotiation strategies. Next up is our mortgage rate update. Let's talk borrowing power. According to Mortgage News Daily on Friday, October 10th, when this video was filmed, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is slightly down, now sitting at around 6.34%, while 30-year FHA is around 6.04% and 30-year VA loans are around 6.06%. Again, these are all averages and estimates which you can monitor on Mortgage News Daily's website and are subject to qualifications for each borrower independently. Your best bet is to work with your local lender to find your best rates and terms. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions and I can connect you with my preferred lenders. Next up is local headlines. First, Preston Hollow is going vertical. Two Dallas firms are teaming up on a $650 million 7-acre mixed-use redevelopment at Preston and Royal. We're talking a 28-story hotel and condo tower, a 24-story apartment tower, plus office, retail, and green space. It's an ambitious plan, a literal skyline statement that investors still believe in DFW's long-term demand. The development group estimates the project could break ground in 2028, but the zoning approval must first be secured. Next up, wage growth is finally catching up to housing costs. North Texas median income rose about 3.7% last year, reaching roughly $93,000. That's helping affordability, but our region still faces a shortage of around 49,000 homes. So while buyers are gaining a little breathing room, the supply crunch isn't over. And that undersupply will keep propping up values over time. And finally, inventory is nearing a decade high. Listings are up almost 10% year over year, with almost 39,000 resale homes for sale. Like we discussed earlier, we're at 5.4 months of supply, which is the highest we've seen since 2003. Additionally, around 36% of listings have price cuts. Buyers, this is your window. More choices, more leverage, and fewer bidding wars. Sellers, you're still in the game. Just know that pricing too aggressively today can leave you sitting while your neighbor adjusts and sells. As a seller, this is why it's so important to list your home at the right price at the beginning, then be ready to pivot if it doesn't work out. Remember, the agent and the seller don't price the home. The market dictates what the price of the home should be. Your price is the amount of money a person is willing to spend to purchase your home. Finally, for local headlines, here's something worth watching. New homes are sitting empty in North Texas. Builders have pulled back. Starts are down nearly 20% in Q3 compared to last year. Finished homes in for sale communities are popping up vacant, and incentives are being thrown into the mix to get buyers' attention. According to Residential Strategies Incorporated, more than 12,300 finished homes are vacant, up about 11.5% quarter over quarter, representing about 3.2 months of supply in that category alone. What that tells me is builders are recalibrating. They're responding to softness in demand, rising costs, and uncertainty about what buyers will bite on. In short, competition is fierce, and buyers now have the upper hand in new construction too, with many builders offering great incentives to purchase inventory homes to get them off their books by the end of the year. Here's our national check-in. Zooming out, nationwide, almost 42% of active listings have price reductions, with a median cut of about 4%. Sellers are realizing that the frenzy of 2021 isn't coming back. Meanwhile, refinance applications spiked 58% week to week and 70% year over year as rates dipped briefly, proving that homeowners are still rate sensitive and ready to pounce. Put simply, the national picture supports what we're seeing locally. More negotiation, smarter pricing, and a healthier, slower burn in the market. Here's my featured new construction neighborhood of the week, Aster Park in McKinney. Let's talk new builds, because Aster Park in McKinney is getting a lot of buzz right now. This is a gated master plan community zoned to Prosper ISD. And here's the big hook: no MUD and no PID. That means lower ongoing taxes and assessments compared to many nearby master plan communities. Amenities, there's plenty. Resort-style pool, clubhouse, event lawn, miles of trails, over 60 acres of open space. It's built for lifestyle as much as location. The builder lineup is strong. Highland Homes, MI Homes, Toll Brothers, Shattuck, Ashton Woods, and William Ryan. And the incentives right now are honestly some of the best I've seen all year. Highland Homes is offering $20,000 toward closing costs or rate buydowns. MI Homes has below market rates and $30,000 to $100,000 off select inventory. Toll Brothers is advertising $60,000 off plus $10,000 in closing costs and a first-year rate as low as 3.625% on a 2-1 buydown. These deals change fast, so if you're shopping new construction, now's a prime time to negotiate extras like design credits, blinds, or appliances. Builders are eager to move their 2025 inventory before year end. If you do plan on purchasing new construction, make sure that your agent, me, sets up your showings because most builders won't let you use your realtor if you've already met and worked with them. Aster Park isn't just pretty, it's strategic. Prosper schools, McKinney address, lower tax burden, and a ton of amenities. Definitely one to keep on your radar. Here is my quick tip of the week. If you're pricing your home right now, remember comps are a snapshot, not a crystal ball. Look at what's under contract today, not just what's sold last month. In a shifting market, yesterday's data can cost you tomorrow's buyer. And that's Jesse's DFW real estate update for Monday, October 13th, 2025. If you found this week's update helpful, don't forget to subscribe or follow for more local insights every week. Thinking about buying, selling, or just curious about your home's value, reach out anytime. I'm here to help you navigate the Dallas-Fort Worth market. And I'd love your feedback. What topics, stats, or neighborhoods would you like to see covered in future updates? Drop your suggestions in the comments below or send me a message. Your input helps shape these videos. Until next time, I'm Jesse Showalter, and I'll see you next week for another DFW market update.